Board of Developmental Disabilities, a legacy that continues to guide families in her professional and coaching endeavors. For 13 years, Candace has coached youth basketball at Red League, CYO, and AAU, earning recognition as the Junior Cavs Coach of the Year in 2018. Her leadership and dedication inspired young athletes while reflecting the values she first embraced as a student athlete here at Garfield Heights High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Candace Dempsey. Out next, in 2004, graduate Sherrod Williams. Was a key member of the 2004 Garfield Heights Bulldogs football team. That team was the second team in school history to make the playoffs, finishing with a 9-2 record. Sherrod, 2004 captain of the Bulldogs, finished his high school career with 171 total tackles, 15 sacks, 18 quarterback pressures, 18 tackles for loss, 4 balls and 5 fumble recoveries. Sherrod was also a 2-time top dog, winner in 2002 and 2004. That went annually to the strongest and fastest athlete in the Bulldog football program. Following high school, Sherrod received a full scholarship to the University of Illinois in the Big Ten and was a team captain in 2009 for the Fighting Lions. Speaking on behalf of my late father, Sherrod was a coach of the dream. He was a good student. He was always on time. He led by example. He was a great leader. He was a great teammate. And most importantly, was a great young man. His hard work, talent, and character left a lasting impression. And it's always special to remember those who contributed positively to the lives of others. Sherrod Williams was an exceptional athlete and an even better person, and is an outstanding addition to the Garfield Heights Athletic Hall of Fame. Representing Sherrod this evening is his family. Ladies and gentlemen, inductee Sherrod Williams. Class of 2011, it is Joseph Lewis III. Better known as Trey during his playing days, was a student athlete at Garfield High School, where he played all 4 years, winning 4 consecutive conference championships, and in his senior year, led the Bulldogs to the school's first state Final Four appearance in over 60 years. Though Garfield fell short of Columbus, Trey's performance was unforgettable. He led all scorers with 33 points and set a state finals record by hitting 8 3-pointers. To this day, Trey fondly remembers the 2011 Garfield Heights team as his favorite he's ever played on in his entire basketball career. After high school, Trey continued his journey at the Division I level, playing for Penn State, Cleveland State, and the University of Louisville. His professional career began overseas in Germany and France, where he earned All-Star honors twice before achieving his dream of signing with the Utah Jazz in 2018. Trey went on to finish the season with the Salt Lake City Stars in the NBA G League. He later returned overseas, playing in France, Israel, and Montenegro during an impressive 8-year professional career. Now retired from professional basketball, Trey, who now goes by Joseph, has dedicated his life to full-time ministry. He is a husband, father, author, Christian Joseph Lewis III. Once again, make a rousing, great applause and noise for the 2025 Hall of Fame inductees.
Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro, no matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
Tonight at Garfield Heights High School, everything is on the line. Garfield Heights with a win, they seal the LEL title. Warrensville Heights with a win, they essentially seal the title with one game left to go. It's the Bulldogs and the Tigers for the LEL title. Up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one, it's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable. Garfield Heights, Ohio, home to the Bulldogs. This is the 2024-25 quote-unquote LEL Boys Basketball Championship game, and it is live here on SmeeSports. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Garfield Heights High School. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Joining me in a few moments is Univarsity. He is down on the floor right now getting some footage pregame. So once he is done with that, he will rejoin us up here, and he will be the color commentator for the broadcast. Tonight, everything is on the line. This is a massive game for both sides. Yes, the playoffs are coming up, but more importantly, you want to win your conference. And given that this is the brother versus brother battle, Michi Johnson coaching Warrensville and Sonny Johnson coaching Garfield, this game means a little bit more. We saw this matchup earlier on this year on January 2nd, and that game, it was all Garfield, 59-45. The Bulldogs controlled the tempo of the game throughout the majority of the contest, and they were able to cruise in the final moments, even though Marcus Johnson did foul out with 90 seconds on the clock. This time out, however, it's at Garfield Heights. It is Hall of Fame induction night. 3 former Bulldogs inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame here, and a lot is on the line. The Bulldogs stand at 15-2 on the year. Their only losses come at flying to the hoop against Wayne, and then last Thursday against Lorraine in a shock upset, 62-58. As for Warrensville Heights, they stand at 15-4, winners of 3 straight. Their only losses, Ignatius, Garfield, Hoban, and Eds. And that Eds game was a great comeback win for Coach Flannery and his Eagles. That was just a tremendous, tremendous game at the Chet Mason. But right now, the focus is on this battle. Warrensville, they've only lost the big dogs, and you can argue that Hoban game, they didn't lose. They did in the end, but they shouldn't have lost that game given that final basket. It was a controversial jump ball called. That's the difference between 15-4 or 16-3. The former is where we find the Tigers heading into this one. From the last time that we saw these Bulldogs, they were able to take down Holy Name without Marcus Johnson. But tonight, the Mr. Ohio candidate and future Ohio State Buckeye is back in the lineup. As of right now, it appears both sides are at full strength for this matchup. So, whichever team wins, it is fully deserved. No excuses, no nothing. You have to give it your all for 32 minutes or more, depending on if we have overtime. And whichever team is able to put a better product out on the floor, that team will end up taking home the 24-25 LEL championship game. Going over the hypotheticals for this one, Garfield wins, they are outright LEL champions. They have the tiebreaker in regards to wins against Warrensville, even if they do lose to Maple and Warrensville beats Shaw. And going off on that same tangent, if Warrensville wins, it's 1-1 in the series. But all they have to do then is beat Shaw. They have a better record in conference than Garfield, even if Maple does not take down the Bulldogs. So this is a big game. Both sides know the winner of this one, 99.9%, will be the LEL champion, and that makes this one an epic battle. As you see on the left of your screen, Garfield Heights, they're in their huddle. They are ready to go. This one has a lot of intrigue, a lot of storylines, but most importantly, a lot of top talents here on this Thursday night in February. Very rare that we see a great Thursday night game. The last time we saw one of this caliber was most likely the first meeting between these two teams on January 2nd. They run it back here. The Tigers lost by 14 the first time out, but if they can flip the script here, the LEL title awaits them. We will toss it downstairs to the scorer's table, and we will get underway with our pregame announcements, anthem, and player introductions.
Garfield Heights Gymnasium for this evening's contest. Your visiting school, the Tigers of Warrensville Heights, and your host school, the Bulldogs of Garfield Heights. Both of these teams are friendly rivals. In the midst of this contest tonight, the administrators and staff expect and require that all individuals will conduct themselves decently and in order. The officials for this evening's contest are Mr. Eric Garcia, Bryant Berry, and Sean Manuel. Let's give them a great big hand. At this time, we can take a moment and all rise for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. If all gentlemen could also remove any hats and hoods. And also, if we could remove any listening devices at the moment, would be greatly appreciated. Now for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Before the introduction, we want to recognize some individuals in the audience here tonight. We have board members Miss Millette King and Miss Cox. Let's give the board members a great big hand. And because they assist them so well, without this gentleman who has done tireless work in the community, let's put our hands together for Superintendent Dr. Reynolds. We can do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, make some noise. Yes, indeed. And now, let's get ready for Family Feud, the sequel. Let's introduce your starting lineups. First, the Tigers of Warrensville Heights. 6'1", senior guard, wearing number 2, Zaire Cheney. A 6'2", senior guard, forward, wearing number 3, Tavian Anderson. A 6'6", junior forward, wearing number 5, Jalen Gum. A 5'9" senior guard, wearing number 13, Noah Chambers. And a 6'2" guard forward junior, wearing number 15, Camden Hill. The assistant coaches are D'Angelo Mitchell, Lavelle Moore, Kenny Pride, Michael Cottingham, and J.K. Brooks. Their head coach is Demetrius Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's meet your Garfield Heights Bulldogs. Coming out first, a 5'11" senior, wearing number 0. It's nephew, Braylon Sullivan. Out next, a 6'2" senior, wearing number 2. It's Coming out next, guaranteed to clean the glass. It's 6'10" senior, wearing number 21. Nasir Hines. Out next, a 6' senior, wearing number 1. It's DJ Devon Dixon. And out last, 6'2" junior, number 11. It's MJ. It's Marcus Johnson. The assistant coaches are Chris Cole, Jim Seaver, Randy McCormick, and Jamil Brooks. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach, better than Sonny D, it's Sonny J. Sonny Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, group band, make some noise for some evening basketball.
As our PA announcer put it, this is Family Feud, the sequel, and it is for the LEL title. This is OHSAA boys basketball on SmeeSports. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Garfield Heights High School. I am Nathan Smee. We have Univarsity on the call alongside me. Rock, I'm excited for this one. You watched the first one of these from home.
Yeah.
What needs to change for Warrensville if they want to win this one?
If Warrensville want to win this game, they can mimic some of what Lorraine did. Now, what they did was lock in on the other people around Marcus. Marcus was able to go off for 33, but if you can get some of those other players out of it and you can prevent yourself from being blocked by Nasir Hines, which is it's a bit impossible. But if you can stay out the paint and hit some shots from deep, I think they have a chance if they can contain those other Garfield players outside of Marcus.
The starting center tonight for Warrensville, Jalen Gum, he was a big factor down low in the first of these two meetings, but it is Nasir Hines winning the opening tip, but hitting it to Warrensville. Either way, we are underway, and 5 seconds in, we have a foul.
Last time we did this, Smee, West and Holy Name almost broke a record with fouls in a quarter. They're starting off already, but let's hope these guys don't get too crazy. But we know this is Garfield, this is Warrensville. The Johnson brothers, they play extremely tough. those guys are grinders. Those guys play extremely hard. Their teams represent that. We might see some of the same thing.
It's for bragging rights. Anderson second, no good. He will split the pair. That is the senior Tavian Anderson. Either way, Warrensville Heights on the board, up 1-0 early. And for the first time tonight, we will see Garfield Heights on the offensive, averaging over 70 points per game this year through 17 contests. They have been a fun side to watch and can be dangerous come March.
That's tough right there.
Marcus tried going low, couldn't pick out Hines, and the Tigers will take back the basketball.
Wayne Chappell on the bench. This is Gum's first night starting.
And I like the move. Coach Johnson of Warrensville, he saw what happened in game number 1. When Gum was on the floor, Garfield could do nothing inside. And he notices that and makes the change, a tough change at that. An excellent pickoff there, that's Braylon Sullivan. He slips through, has a lane, no good, denied by the bottom of the window. Out of play, possession Warrensville.
Sullivan with a nice smooth move to the rack. Not enough English though, not enough English.
Braylon Sullivan, the senior, will be playing his basketball at Hilbert College next season.
Do you see, and I want everybody to pay attention to the way Warrensville is defending Garfield at half court. It'll tell you something about how this game will play out. Pay attention.
The three from straight away, rims out, no good. That was Camden Hill, and we have a whistle. 6:52 on the clock, and I was talking to you before the game. I said, let me see the first 10 shots of this game to see how this one's going to go. As of right now, I think the winner will have 50 to 55. This is going to be a slugfest.
A steal by Noah Chambers. Oh.
No good off the window. That was Zaire Cheney. And here come the Bulldogs up the floor. Devon almost pickpocketed. Goes down low to Sullivan. He tiptoes the line, looking for an outlet, and Braylon able to take it out himself. Still Sullivan. He swings. Far wing, Devon Jackson. Jackson trying to get past Hill. Nowhere to go. Hill strips it. Sullivan picks it up on a trip. Has a lane. Puts it up and is fouled.
They're playing very sloppy right now. This is very sloppy on both ends. I'm not liking this. The rust is, these guys been playing all season. It's February. It's time to lock in. The playoffs is right around the corner.
At the line for Garfield Heights, it is Braylon Sullivan, the senior. Michi already making adjustments with Cheney along with Gum. Still, the only points coming tonight, they're from the line. And that continues. First point of the game for Garfield. That is Braylon Sullivan. And as we expected, Wayne Chappell, wasting no time, less than 2 minutes into the ball game, will sub in for Gum. Once again, Chappell, the usual 5 for Warrensville. Gum got the nod tonight. Expect them to basically split time. Sullivan makes both. So far from the field, both sides 3 for 4 from the line, make it 2-1 Garfield. And here comes Warrensville looking for their first field goal of the night. It's Cheney, top the arc, slipping left on MJ, goes down low, Chappell trips, plays it back outside, and we do have a whistle. The ball will go in the opposite direction.
How many minutes are we into the quarter? Gum's already off the court, Wayne's in. What do you think happened there?
I think it's just a matchup thing right now. Gum wasn't getting it done, the defense was there, but I think Michi sees something with his assignment of Hines where Chappell will guard him a little bit better. Marcus Johnson from the free throw line. Shifty moves, no good. Hines tips it outside. Devon picks up the loose ball. Garfield rolls again. It's MJ, slips inside on Camden Hill. Goes to the corner for Mr. Doodle, Ari Jones. And Ari plays it back outside. Jackson will roll the offense over to MJ. It's Johnson, and that is a foul against Tavian Anderson.
You gotta give Warrensville credit. They're not giving these guys any space.
And the last time that these two guys went up against each other, we all saw the video of Marcus from the free throw line that you posted, I think, 300,000 views right now on Instagram?
300,000. And I look back at it, it definitely looked like a foul.
I think it is too, but we will see if it happens again tonight. Johnson hands it off behind. It's Braylon Sullivan. 5:25 on the clock in Q1. 2-1 the score. Sullivan goes out. It's a mid-range for Hines, and Hines can't get it to go. Rebound Warrensville Heights. That is Zaire Cheney. David Anderson takes his lane and is rejected by Hines, but is fouled in the process. And And my question is, we saw Spida with Warrensville on Friday.
Yeah.
What did he try and instill in this team?
We're going to see. Maybe he's locking in on Garfield's offense. It's 2-1. We got a couple minutes into the quarter. It should be a little bit, we should have got a bucket by now, don't you think?
Exactly. No field goals yet. It's only from the charity stripe.
Who gets it going first?
I don't know. I
We'll
like
determine
Garfield.
this game.
I like Garfield on this next possession. And once again, Warrensville will split the pair.
They're double teaming Marcus.
And now here comes Garfield Heights. It's Ari Jones. No good, a little rich. Rebound, Camden Hill. And here comes Warrensville Heights. Point split right now between Cheney and Anderson. Mid-range, no good from Hill. And we are officially 3 minutes into the ball game with no field goals made. Johnson tries taking his lane, slips on Anderson. And one! It took us a while for our first field goal, but MJ makes the wait worth it.
Marcus Johnson, give me a break. Crossover to a floater and one from the free throw line. We've been talking about free throws all game. He kept the ritual.
We'll watch it back here to slips inside. Beautiful.
Something about that free throw. Something about that free throw line tonight.
3 minutes and 11 seconds later after the opening tip, we have our first field goal and our first three-point play. Marcus Johnson, the junior committed to OSU, is on the board. And for those just watching Marcus for the first time, be in for a treat tonight. He is one of the best players in NEO and could be Mr. Basketball. No good from Chambers. Is that a goaltend? Yes, it is. And he didn't need to do that. So who gets the point then?
I don't like the call. I didn't see a goaltend, or my eyes fooling me.
Warrensville obviously takes the bucket, but who gets the 2 points?
Yeah, that was strange.
Who shot it?
Chambers, I believe.
So Chambers should get 2 for that. Hines goes low and is fouled in the process. That is Nick Parker, the Lou West transfer, getting in a little bit too much.
Michi's fired up. You know, he always stays after it energy-wise. I wonder how, you ever look at the Johnsons while they're coaching, they always electric, they're always turning up, screaming, shouting, and the results manifest themselves, man. Them dudes work hard, and them dudes work harder on the court.
And as you said, that is the 5th foul of the frame on Warrensville, and we are not even halfway through the first. First of 2 is good from Nasir. And Nasir Hines, he has been on a tear in the last month and a half.
Yeah.
So much so that St. Thomas Aquinas College gave him a full ride scholarship offer.
Well deserved. Hines been on a tear defensively. I watched him at Bedford get 10 blocks. I watched him here versus Bedford do a great defensive performance. Hines has been and has stamped his name as one of the best NEO defensive players.
Cheney outside to the top. It's Camden Hill. 4:10 on the clock in Q1. Camden tries to get a lane. Instead, he travels. Ari Jones, the defense. Ari was just right there in his face the whole time. Forces enough contact for that travel. Excellent defense by Ari.
Look, you have to be a fool to think Ari hasn't been great on defense this year. I'm sure Michi's put Ari in that conversation of, that's one of Garfield's best defenders. Don't play with him, man. Ari, he's locking in. It's still 7 of 4. Can we get a Warrensville bucket?
And as well, he has played for 2 other schools, Euclid and Villa Angela St. Joe's.
Yeah.
This isn't his only school, but he is the definition of a Garfield man.
Yes, he is.
7-4 Garfield on top in Q1. It's Devon from the corner. No good. Nasir Hines picks up the rebound over Chappelle. That is the first battle between those 2. Advantage Nasir. It's MJ, far wing. He has 3. Fakes inside, will slip still, and dishes it back outside. It's Ari Jones, and Ari will facilitate the offense here.
Nick Parker, great job on Marcus Johnson. Just don't foul, keep your space. Great defensive, but oh my goodness.
And Nasir gets it back, and now it's blocked by Chappelle. Wayne Chappelle says not so fast, but Devon finishes it.
You have to give him credit. Warrensville's after it on defense, but for Nasir to stay hustling and stay after it, great job. Great bucket, 21.
And even Nick Parker, that was excellent. The corner 3 air ball, Chappelle goes up and down. and it will be a foul on Garfield, their third.
Them guys working hard downstairs. Hans, Chappelle, pay attention. We have a great matchup tonight. Part 2.
9-4 the score, 3:10 on the clock in Q1, and we have a slugfest. Not as much of a slugfest as we saw on Tuesday night with Alliance taking over New Philly 10-9 at the end of the first quarter. That was just a sloppy game all the way around. New Philly ended up winning it by 5, 51-46. Chambers slips inside, and that is foul number 4 on Garfield. You jinxed it.
We jinxed it. It's something about when Univarsity and Smee comes, we have to play a little harder. And playing harder equals fouls. I give us credit. We're getting effort out here.
And you have to give both sides credit. They have worked extremely hard so far, as you said. 3 minutes left to go in the first. Sonny wants to travel, won't get it called. Possession still with Warrensville. Billingsley into the ball game for the first time.
Another whistle.
And yet another whistle. If that's on Garfield, send Warrensville to the line, and that is the case.
I seen it coming out. I seen that coming from a mile away.
2:46 on the clock in Q1. Both sides are in the bonus.
Warrensville scored a bucket yet?
From the field? Yes, Chambers, if you count the goaltend.
The goaltend.
That would be the only points they scored from the field, if you count that.
Tigers gotta put the ball in the hole if they want to win this game. They're on the road. You're in Garfield. This is Sonny's house. This is Marcus Johnson's court. You cannot be a punk on offense tonight, not against the Bulldogs.
Nick Parker makes the first of 2. He transferred after last season from Lutheran West.
Great player.
He, along with Kendall Compton, said sayonara to Rocky River. He goes to Warrensville, and you see Compton go to Elyria.
Staying after it.
It's out of play, and that will give the basketball back to Garfield. We still haven't really seen any dynamic plays outside of the basket from MJ and then the block from Chappelle, but that still led to Garfield points.
What get these guys going is being patient. We understand how the Bulldogs' offensive strategy is by watching how Sonny moves, but I want to see what Warrensville got for us.
CJ Williams goes low, finds his man. It's no good. That effort came from Rayshawn Myers. Here come the Tigers. Chambers is an and one! Noah Chambers in the lane, takes his suitcase and takes flight.
Noah Chambers does not back down when going down the lane. What a smooth finish. And the and one, 13.
And what did we talk about a minute ago? A dynamic play.
Yeah.
There is a dynamic play for Warrensville Heights.
Finally got something. That was something we was itching for. Let's hope they can keep the momentum going.
This would make it a 1-point ball game. Survey says yes. Chambers now with 5. He is the leading scorer for either side, and 2 of his points came from a goaltend. CJ Williams will take it up the floor for Garfield. He is called the super freshman for a reason. He has been a top talent this year. And we will have a foul on the floor against Warrensville.
Hello? The whistle is the theme song today. What is that now? 9, 10?
So here comes Cornelius CJ Williams to the line for 2. The first is on point. And I've talked to a lot of guys about CJ, and everyone loves his effort, his hustle, and just his ability to make big plays happen. A second of 2, no good, rolls out, but the putback is there. That's Dantes Jones for 2. 12-8, 2 minutes left to go in the first. It's Parker taking it up the floor for Warrensville Heights. They're down by 4. They need a response here. Chambers, far side, it's Parker. Nick will slip top of the arc, 1:45 on the clock. Parker has his lane and banks it in for 2. Nick Parker, his first field goal.
That's a great finish by Nick Parker.
1:35 on the clock in Q1. Make it 12-10. A tight affair so far. Johnson airballs the 3. Billingsley lets it go out of play. Possession Warrensville. A field goal ties it. A 3 gives them the lead.
Look, Warrensville staying after. This still is a game. Now, what they have to do now is go after Chambers. Nick Parker with a great A great effort and a great layup on that last possession. Let's get Noah Chambers some more shots, though. I think he can get hot this game.
Parker drives in, no good. The putback also not there. Chappelle picks it up, swatted away. That is Dantes Jones, the junior, and it is out of play. .114 on the clock in the opening frame. Possession still with Warrensville. The task remains the same. Score here, tie the game, and keep it close. If Garfield has a chance to take a lead and make it a big one, look out. You are not coming back from it. It's Chambers, top of the arc. Tries to go to Billingsley. It's tipped up. It stays with the Tigers. Now it's Bryant. Top of the arc, swings far side, Billingsley. A minute left to go in the first. Warrensville still down by 2. Bryant wide open. No good. It skims off the rim. Rebound Marcus Johnson. And the Bulldogs survive the scare. It's MJ on the offensive for Garfield. He slips inside, goes down low, and it's in traffic. Dantes Jones, the bank.
Easy for Marcus to get through that lane. That was a terrible job on the defensive end. You can't let Marcus go down the middle. And Wayne Chappell should scoot in a little bit closer to the rim because you can't give him that much space.
And Chambers driving in, banks it. Give him 7. 20 seconds left to go in the opening frame. 14-12 the score. Garfield will most likely hold for the final shot of the opening 8 minutes. Johnson goes down low. Myers wide open, and it's too easy for the sophomore. Now a 4-point ball game. 10 seconds, now 5 on the clock. Chambers working quick up the floor. It will have to be a buzzer beater. Chambers, and he is fouled. With 1.1 on the clock, that should be free throws. Unbelievable, yet another trip to the line. How many have we seen?
I think we're on 12. This is getting ridiculous. Let's hope they slow it down in the second quarter. 12 fouls in 1 quarter is kind of crazy.
Just exactly how it was during the Holy Name Lou West game. Chambers, 2 opportunities. He makes the first. Noah Chambers, 8 out of the 13 points for Warrensville Heights this frame. But an interesting frame. A lot has gone down. A lot of questions. This one, definitely weird. I'm surprised we've seen this many points given how sloppy we started. But either way, this is where we stand. This to make it a 2-point game. Chambers sinks it. Give him 9. And we will see a substitution. Chambers out and Zaire Cheney in. It might be time for some Garfield Heights heroics. No Marcus Johnson on the floor. We have to see a heave-ho, but we won't see it. Garfield content with taking this one to the second quarter. Right now, Garfield Heights hanging on up by 2, but Warrensville Heights knocking on the door. This is OHSA boys basketball on SmeeSports. We will step aside.
Gyro, Euro, or Gyro, no matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
Second quarter about to get underway here at Garfield Heights High School. 16-14 Bulldogs on top, your score. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Rock has gone down below to get some footage. He will be back in a little bit. For right now, you have me for this contest, and it's a great contest so far. Back and forth, 30 points, a lot of fouls in that opening frame. For both sides' sake, they need to tone it down a little bit in this second quarter as Garfield Heights will take it up the floor. They lost the opening tip, even though they sort of won it. Hines just tipped it away to Anderson. But either way, The Bulldogs, here they come on the offensive. Hines goes up and is fouled in the low post. That will be 2 shots for Nasir Hines, as that gives the Bulldogs a chance for points early on in quarter number 2. And we have Rock back with us after going down below. Your thoughts on that first quarter?
Man, if we can slow down on the fouls, we can get some more entertainment. But I like the effort from both ends. What I don't like, I'm not seeing a lot of shots getting put up. I'm seeing that they're not even able to get the ball up in the air. I don't think we have that many. We got more fouls than field goal attempts. Let's switch this up, guys. I'm kind of bored.
The second, no good off the front iron, and we have a foul. The question is, who is it on? It looks like possession will go to the Tigers, but either way, not at all what you want to see after the free throw.
And it better go down the wire.
17-14. Once again, the Tigers a chance to tie it up with a three-pointer here. But when they get to this point, they seem to miss. They need to change that here. Sullivan pokes it free, keeps it alive, and here come the Bulldogs. Jackson in transition. No good. It skims off the iron. Rebound, Ari Jones. Marcus goes behind the back to his left, and he will roll. Going inside, goes low for Hines, and Hines slams it in. Nasir Hines energizes it. Nasir Hines on the board from the field. Make it 19-14. Cheney in the lane, no good. A rebound, Nasir Hines. And here come the Bulldogs. It is Marcus Johnson up the floor. He takes his path inside. He is stripped up and is fouled. But that was a massive dunk by Nasir Hines. Just throws it in. And that ignites him.
Dunk was impressive. Marcus Johnson's vision is even more impressive. The fact that he found him and went right through the window, that's good.
And speaking of his vision, to get around the defender and bank that in, nothing shy of impressive for Marcus. He now has 5. It is 21-14, an automatic big swing for the Bulldogs. It was just a 3-point game. Now it's 7. Anderson, low post, swings outside. It's Nick Parker. Gum setting the screen. Nick rolling right, makes his way inside the arc and paint. No good. Gum right there, puts it back. Jalen Gum on the board for his first 2. 6:20 left to go in the first half. Garfield up by 5. Mid-range, it's money from Marcus Johnson. A big basket by MJ. Takes the mid-range, uses what he has, and sinks it. 23-16 the score. Here comes Warrensville Heights on the offensive. Cheney just by the free throw line gets the lucky bounce. Zaire now has 3 points, make it 23-18. An excellent recovery by Warrensville Heights, but still plenty of basketball left to go in this first half. Devon Jackson slips inside, and he is fouled. No shot. It's on Anderson, and that will send Devon to the baseline.
Another whistle. This game is still continuing to do the same thing. I guess it's going to be like this, so we might as well just enjoy the ride. These guys are going to play hard from the beginning to the end, I see.
And we'll see if the officiating changes at all in the second half. You might see a little bit less called down the stretch, just given how physical this battle has been overall tonight. Cornelius Williams to inbound for Garfield Heights. He goes high, and Johnson picks it up. 5:45 on the clock in the first half. Johnson goes low. Hines mid-range, bounces in and out, no good. Hines no good on the second attempt. Nick Parker the rebound. The Tigers survive, and here comes Warrensville Heights on the offensive. They go low. It's Camden Hill, and it is a foul against Garfield Heights. That is Dantes Jones in on the attempt.
It's going to be a fight all night. I love how Nas shoots the ball up, he floats it up, goes right back after it. But the defensive effort by Wayne Chappell has been just as strong as Nas's, but Nas is winning the matchup so far right now.
It'll be Camden Hill, the junior, looking for his first points of the ball game, and he finds his first there. Make it 23-19. A basket here makes it a one-possession game. which really is an impressive response by Warrensville Heights.
Yeah.
They trailed by 7, and slowly but surely, they are getting back into this contest. Still a lot has to go their way. The second no good, Devon Jackson picks it up. It will remain a 2-possession game as here comes Garfield Heights. Last week, we talked about that Lorraine game. Not the way they wanted that to go, but so far Garfield, since then, they have reignited their spark, but Hill picks it up here and is fouled. Devon Jackson just lost track of it. Foul number 3 on the Bulldogs this frame, and that sends Camden right back to the line for redemption. Make both of these, it's a 2-point game.
Yeah.
A lot going into this contest. The first of 2 on point. Camden Hill now has 2. Devon Jackson checks out of the ball game as Braylon Sullivan re-enters. Back to a 1-possession game, 3-point ball game with 5:15 on the clock. The second rolls out just like the last sequence, and it is Cornelius Williams picking up the loose ball. In a game of free throws, you can't keep splitting. At the top, it is Marcus Johnson. Goes inside, Williams to the corner, outside Sullivan. The Bulldogs working on the outer outskirts and now make their move inside. Johnson floats a little too shy. It pinballs out of play. Possession, Warrensville Heights.
Give Chapel credit there. He got to his spot, protected his paint, and stopped the bucket from going in. That's a great job by number 10.
Definitely a lot of work down low and a lot of focus there as well. A tie ball game might be on the horizon with a 3-pointer. It's Jalen Billingsley, the sophomore, known for his 3-point ability. Now to the top, it's Chambers. Slipping in between 2 defenders, goes to the corner for Cheney. He takes the mid-range. No good, a little bit too much zip. Rebound, Dantes Jones.
Cheney, bad shots. You can't shoot that. Not at this possession, not at this time, not at this quarter.
And Johnson gets the and one! A late shove on the attempt. Marcus Johnson unfazed, and he will go back to the line for more. Give Marcus Johnson 9 points on the evening, and a basket here would take him into double figures. We'll watch it back here and see if it's a warranted foul. That I don't know. He misses the and one. It's loose inside, and a foul is called on Garfield. That will be their 4th, and we are back to where we were in the first. So many fouls in this contest. And Rock, you thought we set a record in the Holy Name Blue West game.
We're about to crack this one. How many fouls? And I smell another one coming. Is there another whistle on the way?
Now,
Stay tuned.
Now, if you do football, is this just going to be a flag fest? That'd be my question for you.
This is what we're looking at. This is a football game.
So many fouls, a lot of back and forth, nothing really separating the teams other than dynamic plays. I would say right now it's 3-2 Garfield. You have the 2 and ones from Marcus and then Nasir Hines to dunk. As for Warrensville Heights, you have the and one of Noah Chambers and then the block of Wayne Chappelle. Those are your dynamic plays of the game, and that's the difference right now.
Energy's good in the building.
Almost a sold-out crowd. Definitely a lot more difficult to sell out Garfield Heights in comparison to Warrensville Heights, given the difference in size.
Yes.
But right on cue, we have another foul. And that will send Warrensville Heights to the line. 4:14 left to go in the first half, and we have a long night ahead of us.
This is the same game as last time.
At this rate, I won't see the Carnation City until tomorrow morning. It'll be Nick Parker at the line for 2 attempts. So far, he has 3 points, and it will stay that way. Unfortunate from Nick Parker, and that has been the back and forth. Make one, miss one. They need to change that here. The second of 2 from Parker, also no good. No rebound from Chappelle, he had a piece. It's Garfield taking it up the floor, and here they come. Marcus wide open. No good, it skims off the iron. Camden Hill the rebound, and here comes Warrensville Heights. Chappelle tied up with Sullivan, slips inside, it's Hill, slips it in. Camden Hill, a pretty finish.
Came down, left hand, scoop, lay. That was nasty.
And it's an and one, too.
And one.
A late decision for the and one.
The pass by Chappelle to see him that quick, that's great reflex.
This to make it a 3-point play. And once again, Warrensville Heights can't hit the free throw. At halftime, I think we know what Michi is saying.
Yes, he is.
Donovan might call in as well.
It's probably to get him on the, oh my God.
They go down low and it's there. Dantes Jones now has 6. Out of nowhere, Dantes Jones is playing arguably his best game of the year.
Marcus Johnson is displaying some great playmaking tonight. He's not even shooting most of the buckets. Most of them are dimes.
And a 30-second timeout called by Michi Johnson as there was a lot of dancing in the backcourt. Billingsley was able to break through, but he wants to call the timeout, and that is the right decision. 3:31 on the clock in the first half. Rock, your thoughts so far?
Look.
A back and forth affair as expected, but unexpectedly, a ton of fouls.
We knew, and we've been saying this before the game started, that they were going to play with a lot of effort. A lot more effort than we thought. And this is way more than we thought. We have a count of what, 20 plus fouls already in the game? We have a bunch of free throws being missed. I think Warrensville could be up 30 points. They could have 30. They could have the lead right now. If they could knock down their free throws, they could win this game. I think Michi Johnson needs to tell them this in the locker room at halftime. Is, look, if we're going to be going to the line for the rest of the night, let's at least knock down our free throws, and Michi needs to make sure that he gets the ball into the right player's hands, the player that can most likely knock him down.
And for those of you who watched a lot of Holy Name basketball over the past couple of years with me, you saw the free throw shooting. That was the biggest issue Holy Name had. They would shoot like 60% from the field, or excuse me, from the free throw line, and that was their undoing in those contests. They just couldn't make the big free throw, and that was it. Garfield Heights takes back possession of the basketball after the miss. It's Johnson in the lane, and MJ banks it in.
Marcus Johnson, you cannot make this up. Marcus Johnson, great finish.
And now here comes Warrensville down by 7. Hill slipping inside on MJ, loses it out of play, and I think the officials will keep it down here with Warrensville to the dismay of Sonny. 2:55 on the clock in the first half. Still a 7-point ball game, but a lot of action left to go in this one. It is going to be a slow descent.
Look, Michi Johnson just got on Wayne. Wayne's off the top. Warrensville is just playing sloppy this quarter. They have to get it together. They have to figure this out because this game could be a lot more closer and they could have the lead. They just have to lock in.
And Garfield Heights will take back the basketball. Gum just couldn't hold on to the pass. 2:54 on the clock in the first half. This one, I don't know if it is where we expected it to be right now. 29-22. We expected it closer, but it's not really. Almost another and one, and it is! Marcus Johnson, when he is fouled, is automatic.
Marcus Johnson again, and again. He's going to keep it coming. He's going to stay after it, and he's going to get another and one.
And once again, this is for the LEL championship game. You have to be on point in this contest. Everything is on the line. Now is not the time to get complacent. You need to have your best action and your best play right here. And Marcus Johnson, he's bringing it. Makes the end one as well. A big lead for Garfield Heights. You look at this one, a 10-point ball game, 32-22. Or 33-22, an 11-point ball game. Cheney driving inside, slips right, and they get him on the travel. Garfield Heights, their defense on fire. It's just too much right now for Warrensville Heights.
Garfield Heights is making their name right now, and they're letting the statement be known that this game is theirs. If they just stay after energy-wise and do plays like that, stay consistent, they walk away with a victory.
And they definitely can. Right now, it is all Garfield. Warrensville, they need some points on the board. Johnson gets it on a lead, swings low, Hines back outside. Johnson plants and shoots. Money! Barely touches the twine. Marcus Johnson is on fire. And timeout, Michi. Marcus Johnson, the silencer.
Marcus Johnson, over and over again. This is his match. He got the high hand right now. I don't know if Warrensville could do anything to contain him at this moment, but let's get him the rest of the quarter. He has the high hand. Marcus Johnson is making a statement right now.
He has 17 first half points. Marcus Johnson on an absolute heater. We expected him to be good tonight, but I don't know if we expected this from Marcus Johnson. He has done everything right in this ball game, and right now it is all Garfield Heights. Coming up throughout the rest of the week on SmeeSports, it is a Marlington doubleheader. First off, tomorrow night we will be at Marlington High School as the Dukes welcome in the Alliance Aviators. 6:45 p.m. tip in the Backyard Brawl. Same exact tip time on Saturday. Instead of Alliance, it is the Canton South Wildcats. Canton South, I've covered them a number of times throughout football and baseball seasons. Have not seen them play basketball, but they will grace the SmeeSports YouTube channel come Saturday, as SmeeSports is the official streaming partner of Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. We are able to host students of the Video Production Career Tech program, the official stream of the school. It'll be fun to see what happens on Friday and Saturday back in the Carnation City. Back underway, 2:05 on the clock in the first half. Chambers slips inside, it is stripped. Rayshawn Myers gets a paw on it, and here come the Bulldogs. 2 minutes left to roll in the first half. It is all Garfield Heights. Marcus Johnson, top of the arc, pump, slips inside, goes out, it's CJ Williams. No good, it rolls out. Rebound, Zaire Cheney, and here comes Warrensville Heights. Chambers down low in the post, swings back outside, it's Cheney. Zaire cutting left, has a lane, gets a body in there, and it is a blocking foul called on Garfield Heights. Send Warrensville Heights to the charity stripe. With 1:35 on the clock in the first half, both sides are in the bonus. And if you are Warrensville Heights, you need these two free throws more than ever. This game is quickly getting out of hand, and you cannot let this one spiral. The first of two from Cheney on point. Zaire Cheney now with 4 points for Warrensville Heights. Make it a 13-point ball game. 1:35 on the clock. Stay tuned at halftime as we will break down the action thus far. Marcus Johnson on his heater, the fouling, and what does Warrensville Heights need to do in the second half to come away with an upset victory? All of that and more during the halftime report. 90 seconds on the clock in this first half. Johnson off the screen from Hines, works left at the line, goes outside, takes the three, no good, and it is scooped up. That is Miles, the senior, and here comes Warrensville Heights. Chambers for three, no good, a little cockeyed and airballed. Taken in by Cornelius Williams, the freshman, and here comes Garfield Heights once more. 1:05 on the clock in the first half. Marcus being told to settle down the offense. It's a double team trap inside. Hines wide open down low. Thor's hammer strikes again. Nasir Hines takes the lightning bolt and jams it in for an electric finish.
Nasir Hines with another slam. The Bulldogs are hot, 14-point game.
The mid-range from Cheney is on point. Zaire Cheney playing some of his best basketball. Give him 7. 35 seconds left to go in the first half. A field goal takes Garfield Heights into the 40s. And looking at what happened last time these two teams played, that would be a stark contrast. It's Marcus Johnson on the right side. Now 20 seconds, it's tipped by Cheney. Johnson double team, somehow finds Sullivan. Garfield Heights taking their time. MJ gets it back. 15 seconds on the clock in the first half. Garfield holding for the final shot. Johnson goes down low. It's Hines. He is stripped. 5 seconds on the clock. Almost picked off. It's Cheney up the floor. Chappelle at the horn. No good. It bounces side iron. An excellent steal and chuck up the floor by Warrensville Heights. But it is not enough for a basket. It is the Garfield Heights Bulldogs 16 minutes away from being back-to-back LEL Conference champions. 38-26 your score. This is OHSAA boys basketball on SmeeSports. We will step aside and rejoin the action for the halftime report in a few minutes.
Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro, no matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
as the teams come back out on the floor after halftime. Your score 38-26. Garfield Heights on top over Warrensville Heights. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. It's been a fun one so far. A lot of fouls, a lot of physicality, and a lot of great buckets. Marcus Johnson on a tear tonight. 17 first half points. And if the result holds, Garfield Heights will be back-to-back-to-back LEL champions. And from hearing from a lot of people, that is the three-peat we want to see this week. That is the three-peat we want to see as a Mount Union student. We want to see Sirianni take home that Super Bowl on Sunday against the Chiefs. But either way, we will have a three-peat before the potential big three-peat. So it's fun. We love this kind of action here on SmeeSports. We see a lot of these great games. We have rivalries, Alliance Marlington often on there. We saw Holy Name Padua for hockey. We'll see Holy Name Padua twice in baseball. A lot of rivalry action, and that is really what the channel is built on. United in a rivalry. That's just really what we do here. But looking at the first half, under a microscope, free throws. We need to see Warrensville Heights hit their free throws. If they can rebound and get a couple of big free throws on the board, then they have a chance in this one. A lot of big media in the house tonight. We have one of the cable stations. We have Matt Gould. We see Rock down there doing his thing, and he'll be rejoining us in a little bit. Kevin Walsh as well, a big social media celebrity. He was nice enough to take a picture with me and talk with me a little bit at halftime. So a shout out to Kay Walsh, an absolute class act. When you see him walk into a stadium, you know you have an absolute massive contest on your hands, and that is the place to be. So give him a follow on his social media to see the amazing work he does. He is a big reason why NEO, especially along with the entirety of OHSAA sports, are on the map. He does a lot for sports, so give him a follow. Still, plenty of basketball left to go in this one, and plenty of basketball left to go on the SmeeSports YouTube channel this weekend. Marlington Alliance 6:45 tip at Marlington High School. Same exact time on Saturday. Marlington, our final regular season game out in Alliance as they welcome in the Canton South Wildcats. To stay up to date on all the games I am covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. And subscribe here to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of May. So, if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out the channel and all we do at SmeeSports. And finally, if you are someone who owns a business or knows someone who owns a business that would like to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County areas, contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to best promote your business and your brand. Thank you to our broadcast sponsor today, Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton, for bringing us this content. Actually ate lunch there today, and let me tell you, this isn't even because they sponsor. Their food is insanely good. Got the basic lamb and beef gyro. One of the best gyros I've ever had. Their hummus, insane. Hospitality, it's great. If you're trying to go and get some food after this game, go hit up Nico's. They are the place to be in NEO for food. Back underway for the second half. Warrensville Heights down by 12, and they need a big half here if they want to have a chance for the LEL title. It's Chambers inside, floats with the left, no good. Hines snatches it for the rebound. Nasir Hines, the big rebound, and Garfield Heights will take it up the floor. As of right now, the Bulldogs well on their way to the LEL title. As I was talking during halftime, Rock, this is the three-peat America wants to see this week.
Yes, it is, of course. State tourney time, this is what we need to see.
Sullivan travels a little bit too much on the walk. Possession, Warrensville.
I feel good about this half. I think we're about to finally get that show that we've been itching for.
And as well, I was also saying during halftime, a lot of celebrities. Kevin Walsh is in the house. This is one of the biggest games in NEO, and he is here.
Whoa.
It's a big game if he's here.
What a night.
Down low, it's Gum banking it in, and we are on the board for the second half. Jalen Gum now with 4.
I'm not loving the student sections tonight. I love a little bit more energy from both ends, both teams.
Johnson floats it and somehow gets it. A line drive to the nylon.
Marcus Johnson, you better chill out with all that English.
That looked destined to rim out, but somehow it finds the twine. Anderson open for three. No good, a little shy. Gum rips it away, and Chambers takes it in inside the wing. Loose ball, and it's off of Sullivan. Scrappy defense. You have to love it.
Look, we're going to get a little something different. I feel something in the air that tells me we're not going to get as many fouls and we're going to get more shots up. I'm loving the energy by Warrensville right out the half. Let's get it.
Please send that out there. We need that.
Yes.
Cheney goes up, and somehow it goes to Garfield. Johnson Euros in transition. Can't open the bank. Jackson, however, gets it and puts it up. That shot looked very familiar.
Very familiar. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Chambers goes behind and is fouled by Sullivan.
The substitution immediately. Michi did not like the shot by Cheney. Instantly puts him on the bench. He has to make better shot selections and make better decisions this game. This is not the game you want to toy with.
Today, a bittersweet game. This is my last game in Cleveland for the 24-25 season. A little unfortunate. And there's a foul in the drive, but it's been fun. A lot of games. We had Youth Elite this year.
Yeah.
A lot of Holy Name. We had some Padua. And we already have a long line of teams next year. We got Gilmore waiting. We got Bedford waiting for a game. I know that's a game that you'll be at in a heartbeat.
Maple is at Bedford tomorrow night. Alumni night. I'm alumni. Think I should be there.
I'll have a different rivalry on hand as Marlington takes on Alliance. That game was a big win for the Aviators the first time out, 61-44, in a game dominated by J.R. Jackson in the first half. And then the big guys, Sam Hayes, along with Cole Pasco, down low in the second. Tabian makes both. And as well, an interesting story while we're on it about Cole Pasco.
Yeah.
He's the grandson of Mount Union's legendary football coach, Larry Karras.
Didn't know that. Fun fact.
And while we're talking about three-peats, we talk a lot about football, obviously, but it's going to be an interesting Sunday. But this three-peat, I think this three-peat would mean more to the city of Garfield than the three-peat of the Chiefs would mean to Kansas City.
It reminds me of the Buckeyes and that team up north a little bit.
I can see that. Jackson, far wing, 5:40 on the clock in the third. Still a 12-point lead for Garfield. Hill makes it boot. It's over and back. Possession, Warrensville. Hill getting a little bit too fresh with Jackson.
Yeah, Sonny got a little frustrated there. Jackson, it's not time to be Kyrie. Let's move the ball.
It's not time to be Kyrie. That's a new one. That is one I've never heard. Chambers in the lane, goes up and is rejected by Nasir Hines.
You cannot go inside when that man is there. Hines with the stuff. Put it right in his face.
Nasir has been on point this evening. Maybe not the most points for him that we're used to seeing. He has, I believe, 7. But his defense has been on point, and that's what you need. Chambers goes up and is a little bit shy.
Almost fell there, Chambers. I really wanted you to knock that in right in front of the chicken. I got a card from the chicken. They didn't pay me to say this, but I just like the effort by Quaker Steak Lube. A free dessert.
First and 2 is good from Chambers. As a college student, that might be one I need. But either way, 42-31. A fun evening at Garfield Heights once again with a win for the Bulldogs. They take home the LEL championship. Chambers and the Tigers doing everything in their power to bring this one back close. It's a 10-point ball game, and you expect to see Garfield work a lot more methodically.
Oh my goodness, can you tell me?
Or not. Woo. CJ runs up the floor, can't get it to go. It's Anderson wide open. The bank doesn't open. Too much zip. That was the avenue back in.
I think he got away with a travel call. Didn't make the shot though.
Johnson from the free throw line in traffic sinks it. Is there a such thing as a bad shot for Marcus Johnson?
No, not at all. I don't think that's possible. This guy can hit it from anywhere on the court, especially inside the arc.
With 4:51 on the clock, we have a full timeout called by Michi. 12-point ball game. If this is the LEL championship game, and this is really the last game of the conference schedule that matters, what has been the best moment in the conference this year?
I like I like how Bedford, and just because I'm alumni, I like how good they got this year. They made the LEL a little bit more competitive. Now, for us, for the last couple of years, we only known LEL to have a couple of good teams. Heights leaves the LEL and goes to the GCC. Shaker leaves the LEL. Although they aren't that good, that was still another prominent team in the LEL. And to keep that momentum of the LEL being strong, I like how Bedford came and rose up to the occasion of being one of the competitors at the top of the LEL. We now have more than just one or two teams. We got 3 or 4.
And Lorraine leaving as well brings a new dynamic into next year.
Oh, wow, Lorraine is gone.
So we'll see how that affects the conference next year if we do get someone new in. I think we will see the LEL survive for a long time.
Yeah.
But I feel like at some point you're going to have a marriage between them and the Senate League. I feel like that's what's brewing. You're going to see Akron City but Cleveland City and just have the outskirts of Cleveland, Garfield Heights, Warrensville Heights, Bedford Heights, all of them be one conference. That could be interesting. That's a debate for another day, but that's definitely one of your reels you put up and put a poll in the bottom of, is that something we see? Gum inside, goes to the top, wide open, Cheney a little bit shy. He gets it on the tip. It's still with the Tigers. In the corner, it's Nick Parker. Parker trying to go down low, pivots outside, and we have a foul called.
We got some blood on the court. Gum on the side of Gum's face. There's a lot of blood. A lot of blood.
Just saw it from here. That's an official timeout, not a foul. Didn't see that from here, but yeah. Well, that's just who he is. He is a fighter on the floor, and he is a fun player to watch. And as well as schedules come out for the 25-26 season, is there a game you want to see us broadcast? Contact us at SmeeSports on Instagram, and we will try and make it happen. Chambers double team, swings top. It's Cheney to Parker, wide open. No good, it skims off the iron, off of Jackson. Keep it with the Tigers.
Warrensville cannot buy a bucket. How many shots we got from 3?
Not many buckets made from outside.
Warrensville, I don't see any three-point field goals made.
None yet. It's a drive inside, no good from Hill. Still loose inside, and it's a foul. Chappelle went up, and I think Hines got a little bit too much.
Ooh, I don't like the call, ref. I think that's a great defensive effort by Hines. That was pretty much as good as defense as you could take. He smacked the ball right out of his hand. Chappell gets the call.
Chappelle's first of 2, online and inside. That's the first basket of the game for the senior. But next year, a lot of interesting basketball to see who stays hot, who dips down, and who will be our dark horse.
Yeah.
That'll be a conversation for another day. Chappelle makes both. Officially halfway through the third quarter, it's a 10-point lead for Warrensville. Johnson and Williams play catch into the corner. It's Devon Jackson. He goes top. C.J. Williams. Now Marcus, it's 11 versus 11. Johnson versus Parker. MJ stuttering. 3:40 now on the clock. It's still with Johnson. He makes his drive, tries to pick out Jones. He gets it on the reverb, goes inside and sinks it. Marcus Johnson rejected first and then tries again and succeeds. Here comes Warrensville Heights from the elbow. It's Chambers online but not in. Loose inside and it will go to Garfield. Chappelle tries to smack it off the neck of Dantes Jones, but Jones gets out of the way. Another long sequence there. 3:15 now on the clock. 46-34 in between quarters. I do want to have a discussion though. Who is the top 5 of NEO? So Rock, get that in the back of your mind.
Top 5 teams.
That'll be our conversation between the quarters.
Nice.
It's a big one.
That's the greatest one. We know Ignatius is one.
That's a preview. I think I agree with that one. Jackson hands it off. C.J. Williams at the logo. 2:50 on the clock. It is stripped. Camden Hill picks it up. And we have a whistle. It will go to Warrensville Heights. This quarter has been even as even can be. It was a 12-point game entering it, still a 12-point game, and we've gone back and forth. Warrensville, they've had their opportunities to get back in it. They just haven't been able to take them. 2 opportunities for Camden Hill. So far, the junior has 4 points. And the first one, no good, too much. It hits the back iron.
If it comes down to free throws, I don't like Warrensville chances, but maybe they can capitalize, but they have to hit these if they want to win this game.
And that's been the storyline of the game. The second is good. Going back to last year, Holy Name versus North Ridgeville. North Ridgeville won that game because Holy Name, I think, shot below 50% from free throw land. If they made their free throws, they would have won the game.
If you can hit your free throws, you have a way better chance of winning. I know that's one of those things people don't think about or practice on, but it's one of the most critical moments of the game.
And the chicken doing a little bit of dancing over there. The chicken. I gotta love that. I love that mascot.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
Makes me want to go get some wings after this. Doing his job.
Talking about kind of language.
Marcus Johnson drives inside at the elbow. Goes no look down low to Ari Jones, and Jones finishes. Marcus Johnson trying to do his best Tate Aljancic impression.
That was so nasty.
Billingsley from the next zip code. No good, it rolls out. A rebound, Mr. Do-It-All. That was very Tate Aljancic-like. We saw that a lot on Saturday at Louisville. No look passing, it was dominant. CJ, he had the open look. Instead will draw clock. A great decision by the freshman. Jones, far wing, goes top to MJ. 2 minutes on the clock in the third. Garfield 48, Warrensville 35. Johnson in the lane, ish strip. Billingsley picks it up. And here come the Tigers. Chappelle wide open, ish strip, goes out of play. And that is excellent hustle defense by CJ Williams. Out of nowhere, Chappelle tried going up. Williams says no.
You can't teach that, man. You just can't. CJ Williams, he's played. It reminds me of Donovan Mitchell's rookie year. This guy does not play like a freshman.
Not at all. We'll watch it back here before we swing back to the action. It's all hustle. That's all it is.
All hustle.
And I mean, I've heard a lot about CJ from Hunter's Hoopers on Instagram. That's his AAU coach. He loves him. That is one of his favorite players. That's one of his guys. And he absolutely loves the talent and the know-how of the game that he brings. 90 seconds on the clock in Q3. At the top, it's CJ Williams. Garfield in no hurry to get things done. CJ makes his move, goes far side. The pivot from Dantes Jones, and it's top to CJ. Now 1:10 on the clock. Cornelius has his lane, goes outside. It's Ari Jones, and he will stutter outside. It's Rayshawn Myers now. Now CJ Williams, 1 minute on the clock in the third. Garfield drilling clock very efficiently. Jones, now Williams. Coach Johnson, he wants a foul here, or at least something. They go down low, it's Myers bodying his way past Cheney. No good on the first attempt. Johnson, he is rung up on the second.
Woo.
Excellent defense, but you saw what they did down low. Yeah. They drew the contact of Zaire Cheney, and that forced a dynamic change.
Garfield holding that ball. Sonny's strategy with holding that ball with the lead is something he's mastered, and they mastered holding on to it. Great way for Garfield to hold on to possession.
Marcus Johnson makes the first of 2. But wow, what a night. If Garfield does hold on and win, this is how you honor your former players, your former classmates, or former whatever here at Garfield Heights. An alumni night on Monday, they have one more opportunity to impress the fans at home before going on the road to Maple to close out the regular season. In the lane, it's Chambers. He gets tied up. No foul, and there it is. Sonny Johnson takes a break from drinking his water. He is frustrated. We've talked about it a couple of times. You have to love the animation of both Johnson brothers. They care about their teams. This isn't just trying to one-up their sibling. This is trying to make better men. And I mean, you look outside, you don't just see conference titles plastered on the walls. You see so-and-so got a scholarship, so-and-so got a scholarship. Both Johnsons are about getting the kids to the next level academically and athletically.
With their programs, you can tell it's bigger than basketball. This is about teaching young men how to be men and teaching and pushing young men to be prepared for the next level after basketball. This is more than just this game on the court. This is about teaching them about life and becoming a man in general. And the Johnsons have been a great display of showing and being the example of what to be and who to strive for, especially that faith in God factor. The Johnsons have a great program.
And one of your best reels, if not your best reel, was with Marcus talking about his faith.
Yes.
Final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Garfield will hold for the final shot. They lead by 15, and it's a foul. Warrensville fouls Johnson. That will be their third of the frame. They still have one more to give.
11 seconds, you think we get a call? Might get another whistle.
We'll see how Garfield plays it. They're going to go in the backcourt if I had to guess, and they do. They're going to take time off the clock. That's their only goal right now. They don't want to be fouled. They want play to roll as normal. Johnson goes inside, has a lane, can't sink it, still loose inside. Anderson rips it away, and at the horn, it's put up and in. No shot, they wave it off, and here comes Sonny Johnson to plead his case. He knew it wasn't in. He came out just trying to get it. You have to respect that. I think we both saw that smile immediately after. Sonny Johnson having
Sonny
fun.
always trolls the refs every single time. Sometimes he gets them, sometimes he doesn't. That was a great effort, though, but nobody was falling for that.
And now this is the end of the third quarter. It's time, going back to our question, what do we see at the top five? I mean, after the Lorain loss, we had 1 and 2 pretty clear as Ignatius and Louisville, who play each other on the 14th.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, North Canton Hoover.
It's
Boom.
crazy. It's ridiculous how these things shift, but I'd say this. I still got Louisville in my top 5. Number 1, Ignatius. Number 2, Garfield Heights. Number 3, I got to put Richmond there.
No!
I have to.
I'm going to argue that and say Louisville just beat them, though. You have to think of that in there. I mean, the head-to-head at the Play-by-Play Classic, yes, it was at Louisville. It was a good game, but Louisville won that one, and in big part due to Tate Aljancic taking over. And Tate Aljancic,
Smee,
he's been a quiet star.
Great game, right? On the road at Louisville. Strange crowd for Richmond to be in. Never been there before, but check this out. Richmond will smoke Hoover by 30. So I'm not going to give Louisville the power over Richmond. I think on a state tourney night, Richmond gets the victory.
So then who's number 5? Because Louisville's 4.
Luther and East.
Okay. I don't mind that at all.
Luther
I like
and
how it looks. I like your top 5. I like it. Either way, still a 15-point Mountain 2 climb.
Yeah.
And it's with a couple more wins. Maybe McKinley gets up in there. We'll see. Got to give love for the Federal League schools. 30 minutes away from me at Mount. Got to give love for those guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Final 8 minutes of play in the LEL championship game here at Garfield Heights High School. He is Rock, a.k.a. Univarsity. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening if you are just joining us. Johnson, far wing, in limbo between the wing and the corner. Slipping inside, has Bryant in his face. Johnson swings outside. It's Ari Jones. And the Bulldogs continue to work methodically. And that is how they're going to work to end this game. They want clock to drill, and they want to walk out of here with a big victory. Jackson from well downtown, bang! Devon Jackson from the next zip code!
Devon Jackson, you cannot leave that man that open. Great 3-shot.
Chambers goes in, can't get it to go. Johnson rips it. Did Jackson just call game?
Yes. This is over with. It's already an 18-point lead. It's the 4th quarter.
Johnson, no look pass. Jackson goes again. He does it again. Devon Jackson does it again. There he is. He is on fire. Timeout Warrensville. The Bulldogs on Hall of Fame induction night takeover. They lead by 21.
You can wrap this up. Garfield just has their number. Sonny Johnson, 4. Michi Johnson, 0.
Enough said. That Lorain loss may have been a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
This Garfield team, we saw what they did to Medina. That was an impressive game with the Bulldogs winning 58-40. I mean, Jace, an excellent talent over at Medina, only 40 points in a game. That was a tough one for the Battling Bees, but to then turn around and do this to Warrensville Heights, who also beat Medina.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I really like how Garfield came out tonight. I think a lot of us were worried about them having a hangover from beating Medina, getting back on track. and Warrensville being the hot hand winners of their last 3 against Spire, Fairview, and Maple. But no.
The loss versus Lorraine woke them up. They knew they had some flaws that they had to fix, and Warrensville was a great matchup to show that they can fix those problems that they once had.
And the egress has started for a lot of fans. Cheney inside, banks it in. Zaire Cheney, he has been on point tonight. A lot of great drives. Back to a 19-point game, but we will see what Garfield does here. How much time can they drill off the clock? Not much. Johnson goes low, no good. Ripped out a play that should be Warrensville Heights ball, and it is. A good tie up there. That's Jones, not Myers, excuse me, but he tried, and getting that basketball for Garfield would have been big, but just couldn't get it done. But Warrensville, they need their shots to fall. If they do, they have a chance. Johnson gets a tip. It goes over to Jones, and it still stays with Warrensville. MJ, another good lunch.
She didn't cross.
6 minutes exactly left to go. As well, after the game, follow both myself and Rock at Univarsity on social media, as we'll have our post-game interviews. I'll go down and talk to some of the key guys. I think we got to talk to Marcus, got to talk to Sonny. Devon had a good game as well, and maybe Dantes Jones as well, as he was a sleeper.
Yeah, nobody expected him to make an impact tonight, but he showed up.
But Media Row in full effect. You have to bring back out the Youth Elite setup for this kind of game.
Yes, you do. Camp is in about a week from now, a week and a half.
15th and 16th.
Yes,
you're not signed up and you're a baller. Come to Garfield. Show what you can do. Cheney goes inside, it tips. Jackson picks up the loose basketball. And the Bulldogs one step closer to hoisting yet another LEL championship banner. It's really the same banner, but still. It's a banner nonetheless.
Yes. Banners are important. And to show that you're at the top of your conference, it's not an easy feat.
And Garfield, if they do win this one, that would be 4 out of the last 5. They didn't win in 2020 and didn't win in 2022. That's it for this decade that they haven't won. Jackson pumps in the wing, goes top, 5:30 on the clock. In this game, you can feel it slowing down a lot, the momentum just leaving the building. It's Ari Jones at half court, slipping to the wing, goes to the corner. It's Marcus Johnson. There's a screen, but a foul called in the process. And as well, the fouling game, a lot less fouls called now.
Yeah.
And I think both of us expected a lot less fouls in the second half. The officials know how this game is going to go. They're not going to call every little thing anymore.
You can't. And
we are right back to the fouls.
we got some checks.
I think so.
We got a technical foul call.
It is rivalry night for a reason. Once again, our next 2 broadcasts will be tomorrow and Saturday. Alliance versus Marlington at Marlington, 6:45 p.m. tip. And on Saturday, to close out what will most likely be the end of our regular season coverage of OHSAA basketball, it is Canton South pulling up to Marlington for a 6:45 Saturday night date in the Carnation City. To stay up to date on all the games I am covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter, and subscribe here to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of May. If you're new, go down below and subscribe. It's an easy way for free to support our efforts here at SmeeSports. And as well, go follow Univarsity on his social media pages. Rock, I'll give you a second. Plug your pages.
One click, guys, one click. You go to @UnivarsityU. There's a big blue button on Instagram that says follow. Click that button. Go to YouTube. Look up UnivarsityU. It's a subscribe button. I think it's red. Hit that button and make sure you subscribe to SmeeSports.
Appreciate it, Rock. Appreciate all you've done this year for NEO Sports.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to next year as well. Wide open look for Chambers. It's there! First three-pointer of the ball game for Warrensville Heights. And it's not quite over.
Not yet.
Making a 14-point ball game. Still a lot has to go into this comeback, but there's a chance.
No gum, no Chappelle.
And Bryant gets a piece. It's Warrensville basketball.
Warrensville playing small. They're playing hard. Let's see what happens.
Tylen Bryant, the senior, Did we see him in the game at Warrensville Heights? I don't think we did.
Very briefly, if I can recall, very briefly.
But today, no Gio Hester and no CJ Williams. I think both of them are injured. Loose ball picked up by the other CJ Williams, Cornelius.
Yeah.
It's
Got a lot of CJs going on, huh?
the nickname CJ, it's a lot easier to say, but Cornelius, we can still call him that as well. Either way, he's a bucket getter.
I
Johnson
like
kicking that one
Cornelius.
to go, and there is an and one. It's Ari Jones, Mr. Do-It-All.
You have to be kidding me. Ari Jones and one off a putback.
Garfield Heights, they find new ways to impress.
I love the scheme. The all white with the gold shoes. The standard is ridiculous. I'm loving the colors.
This and one would be big, one step closer to 60. And in fact, with this basket, Garfield would be at their points tally from the last meeting.
Yeah.
Jones makes it. And as expected, we will have more points in this game than we did the last time these two teams played. But depending when next year is this a yearly tradition? Do both games.
Yes.
Chambers, long range, no good. Rebound, Marcus Johnson. 4:10 now on the clock in regulation. The Bulldogs counting down the minutes and the seconds until they are conference champs.
We're witnessing Marcus Johnson and possibly his last season. I'll advise everyone to lock in and do not forget about these moments. These are historic moments. This is Marcus Johnson in his junior bag, and he might commit to Ohio State for the next season. So pay attention. You might not see this again after this season.
And that would be a big loss for the Bulldogs. The first of two is good from Devon Jackson. And Garfield Heights, they have outscored their tally from the last meeting between them and the Tigers. I believe from what I was told after the game, the players will be cutting down nets. So if that is the case, stay tuned. We will have full coverage of that as well. Devon Jackson sinks that one as well. 12 points for Devon Jackson. He has been on fire tonight. And right now, that is more than enough for the Bulldogs. It's Cheney, step back from the elbow. No good, rolls left. And Myers picks up the loose basketball. Here comes Garfield Heights. Ari Jones has a lane. No shot, but it would have been an and one.
That was nasty if that would have went through. Great English on the lay, Ari Jones.
Unfortunate they don't let it go through, but either way, Ari Jones, Mr. Do-It-All, two big free throws upcoming.
I'm giving him the bucket.
If you make the call, you have to stick with the call. And I respect the officials for that.
Premature whistles. Hold on to it just a millisecond, ref, and we have a top 10 play this game. And I'm a fan of top 10 plays over order.
First and two is good for Ari Jones. Make it a 20-point ball game for Garfield Heights as Jones makes the second. 4 points from the field, 3 from the line. Give Ari 7. 3:30 on the clock in regulation. Warrensville Heights down by 21. They need some big buckets here. Miles gets it over to Anderson. Anderson in the lane, banks it in. And that is the first field goal of the game, I believe, for Tavian Anderson.
Great finish by Anderson, the way to drive left. For your first bucket, let's get another one. Let's get another one and another one. There's 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. As Warrensville got to do something, it has to be now. They have to get the ball out of their hands and some way, somehow hit a bunch of threes. Because right now, I see one on the board.
Sullivan far side, it's Ari Jones. 3:05 left to go in regulation. Jackson outside, Ari Jones open, doesn't take it. That's the right call. Selfless play from Ari Jones. You have to love it.
Great discipline.
It's Jackson. Dishes it to Sullivan. What magic still resides in this one? And there's a foul. We are back to the status quo of fouls. 2:43 on the clock. Garfield already in the bonus. Ari back to the line.
Thought she seen me.
2:43 left to go. We'll talk about player of the game in a minute, but I think we can pretty much confirm there's one guy on our mind.
Oh, absolutely. I think his number's 11.
I think you might be right. And we still have some substitutions. A slow descent for this one. Ari Jones, 2 opportunities to do something here. This one, also good. Both good from Ari Jones. Make it a 20-point ball game. Ari Jones, he's been on fire. Plenty of great defensive plays, a few good offensive, and even more so, the fans making their way to the exits. Your takeaways, Rock. This one, Garfield dominated.
Yeah.
Warrensville, they had a chance, many opportunities to get back in it. They just couldn't get the job done.
If they would have hit their free throws, I think we'd have a different game and have some different plays, especially in that fourth quarter when Garfield gets hot.
Billingsley, well outside, no good.
Good shot.
Billingsley, a 3-point shooter by trade. Couldn't connect on that one. Miles top will swing. And inside, it banks in. That is Braylon Jones, the senior for Warrensville Heights. And Gio Hester, the junior, in for the first time along with CJ Williams. So he is in. It looked like he was in street clothes before the game, but appears to be in. 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Myers inside, tries going with the acrobatic finish, can't get it to go. And here comes Warrensville Heights once again. Hit out of play, possession, Garfield Heights.
At the conclusion of the game, listen up, Bulldog fans. With this victory, your Bulldogs become...
And there it is, they are announcing them as the LEL champions. So there will be the cutting of the nets after this. And the Bulldog fans in the house, they are up, they are happy. Inside, the shot no good. That is Jones, goes up again and finishes. Antonio Jones, the sophomore, trying to earn some more game time for next season. The long range 3, no good from Williams. Rebound, Garfield Heights, as that is Roderick Starling. But here we go, the Bulldogs. It might be over, but this is where they savor every minute. Williams inside, no good. Jones cleans it up, can't get that one to go. Rebound, Billingsley. 1 minute left to go in this one. Billingsley, there it is! From well outside, it's Jalen Billingsley, the sophomore.
He better get his shot in now. That's a great shot by the sophomore. Get your buckets while you can before you go.
.45 seconds left to go. What a game.
What a
Rock,
game.
I'll give you the floor. Talk about this one.
Look, we've seen a similar effort. We've seen the similar game that Garfield always brings. They lock you down on defense. They give Marcus the ball, and he does this thing called magic with it. The finishing, the shooting. The most shiftiest guard possibly in America is in Garfield Heights, Ohio, and he shows it every single game. You can't stay in front of him. He's going to go past you. You cannot play him in the paint. He's going to score on you. He's going to float on you. He's going to shoot on you. He's going to cross you. He's going to do everything, and I'm hoping everybody pays attention. Marcus Johnson is the phenom that people do not want to claim him to be. He is that guy. Please, please, people, pay attention.
And there is the final horn. Garfield Heights are your 2024-2025 LEL Conference champions. This three-peat, it is sweet for the Bulldogs. What a night. What a night for Garfield Nation. The Bulldogs, their task heading in was clear. They wanted it, and they got their sweet, sweet reward. This one, it feels special for these Bulldogs. They wanted it. Marcus Johnson, 3 for 3 as an LEL champion. This man, he can't be stopped, Rock.
It's Mark, man. I'm speechless. 3 for 3. Since his freshman year, he's only ever showed up and showed out. Congratulations to the Garfield Heights Bulldogs on the LEL victory. They're about to cut down the nets.
And they deserve this net cutting down. We will step aside and let them enjoy it. We will be back on to announce our player of the game in a few minutes. An excellent slate on the floor. Your final score, Garfield Heights 66, Warrensville Heights 49. The energy was here. Everyone brought the utmost energy, and that is how you win a conference title. And you hear Sonny Johnson inviting everyone to Alumni Night. It is here February 10th against Cleveland Central Catholic. That will be a fun game. Unfortunately, we will not be here to cover it. This is our last game in Cleveland for the regular season of the 24-25 campaign. Thank you everyone for the support this season. And once again, if you are a high school coach watching, I know a couple have reached out to me. If you want your team in the queue for next year, contact me on social media at SmeeSports, and I would love to add you to the list. Coaches, whichever schedule I get first, those are the ones that I will take and give priority to. Remember that. You want priority? Give me the schedule as soon as you get it, and I will do my best to get you a game. But the Bulldogs, this was their game. We'll count it out for our player of the game. 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 17 in the first half, then 19, 21, 23, 24, 25 for Marcus Johnson, your LEL championship game player of the game. MJ 3 for 3 on winning the LEL title, and he will be one heck of an athlete at the Ohio State University. Coach Diebler, get ready for him to come. Ohio State fans, get ready. Our era, we're next. We are next in the Big Ten. If Marcus can play like this at Ohio State, watch out. Ohio State, they will not only be known as a football school, but also make them a basketball giant. But still a lot of time until then. Still 2 games left to go this week, as we will be at Marlington tomorrow and Saturday. 6:45 p.m. tips, Tomorrow, the Backyard Brawl. Saturday, it is Canton South rolling in. To stay up to date on all the games I am covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter, and subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel by the end of May. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out the channel as well. If you or someone you know is a small business or just a regular business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts, whether it be in Cleveland or in Stark County, contact me at one of the avenues of Instagram or Twitter, or even my email, which is nsme00@gmail.com. And I would love to talk numbers with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. But with that does it from Garfield Heights High School. The Bulldogs 66, Warrensville Heights 49. They are your 2024-25 LEL champions. They have this title, and they will celebrate heading into the weekend. I have been Nathan Smee. Thank you again for spending your Thursday evening with us here at Garfield Heights. And before I sign out, thank you to my dad, David Smee, our cameraman, on his birthday for the second year in a row. He runs the camera and does an immaculate job as usual. Thank you to him as he waves. A lot of the technical advances at Holy Name Broadcasting and at SmeeSports would not have been possible without his mind and his stubbornness to get it to be as perfect as possible. People might think I'm stubborn, but you see his ability with technology. He knows something can get done. He attacks it, and somehow, in some way, he gets it done. So thank you, Dad, for joining us here. He wins Dad of the Year every year. We'll give him a high five here. Love you, Dad. Thanks for coming. That will do it from Garfield, your three-peat LEL champions. I've been Nathan Smee. We will see you tomorrow night for the Backyard Brawl. Stay safe until then, and we will see you in the Carnation City at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night.